to go.
So
Yeah.
it just seems that there are all these films and all these discussions, all these apocalyptic feelings
Yeah.
in the air that you are capturing here in the zeitgeist somewhere.
The zeitgeist, yeah, maybe, yeah. But it's actually a little bit by chance, because my motive was the melancholia. And then somewhere in the story of this melancholic person, she seems to call the planet Melancholia to come and swallow her up. That is, you know.
And while she's out of control and can't seem to... All right, so the story is the wedding, and then the wedding goes to hell, sort of festin on steroids.
Yeah.
And then Charlotte Rampling and Stellan Skarsgård behave as badly as only they can behave.
Yeah.
And she goes down very fast.
Yeah, I think she's trying to be... I think she's had this melancholia before, as we hear, and she's clinging to the idea that normality, if she forces normality on herself, that would save her. By getting married, by having a job. You know, I start her very... so she can fall a long way, we start her quite high. But already from the start they are 2 hours late. That's not a good sign, you know, for a wedding.
Well, the image of the lengthy stretch limo, that's such a great image that can't make the curve.
No, but that's
where did that come from?
But that was just something I always thought about, that, you know, because it's something we see in American films all the time. They have these stretch, but they must have special roads that can you know, allow them to move. I just thought it was also a little symbolic of kind of how great she wanted the wedding to be, right? It should be in a very long car, right? and then the circumstances or the reality kind of gets in the way.
So when she's going down, one of the things she does is she runs away, and she's in this fabulous wedding gown, and she's off on this, you know, meticulous golf course, and the setting is very Marienbad. Did you think of that?
Yes, but that came more from actually, that came mostly from the castle that we found, that it had these Marienbad things. And then what I thought was interesting was, you know, they were painting the shadows on when they did Marienbad.
I didn't remember that.
Yeah,
yes.
It was not. It was just the way they worked it, that to get the right shadows, they painted them on the ground. But here we have two shadows, because there are two planets. So it was, everything is stolen. That's how it is.
Now, Kirsten Dunst, it was originally supposed to be, or there was some discussion at one time of Penelope Cruz.
Exactly. Yeah. It's my task was to write a film for her, because I thought it's good to have a task. And she asked me if she could be in a film, and I said, I don't know. I like you very much as an actor. Let me think about it, if I can find out something. And we discussed a lot and had a lot of contact, and she mentioned things and we discussed, and then I came up with that if I wanted to, what I could give her was melancholia. You know, the word melancholia and Penelope together, I thought I could use to create a film on, right?
But she didn't want to do it?
Yeah, this is a little unclear. No, I think she wanted, because it's compared to the film before, Antichrist, she was getting off relatively easy. You know,
there was some nudity.
Yeah, there was, but it was not, you know, so hard as in. No, I don't. I think she wanted to do it, but then she was suddenly in this Pirates of the Caribbean, and I understand. It's happened to me before this, that then these big actresses think that okay, he can just wait for me, which of course I could, but my problem compared to other directors is that I can't work with more than one thing at a time.
You're all on one thing.
Yeah, and that means that I should wait 3/4 of a year doing nothing, and that so I chose to try something else, and
Kirsten came through.
I think so.
Is she mad at you now?
Kirsten? I hope not. I'm going to have dinner with her.
Good.
Yeah. No, for my because I was naughty at the press conference. Yeah, I think it's probably harder to her than to anybody else because
it's a great performance.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, but I was talking about the press conference. That was not such a great performance. No, she's probably she's a little afraid of situations like that. I can understand that. I it was completely stupid, but I am not a Nazi.
What is the real story of was it your mother who told you?
Yeah, the real story, and that's where all the Nazi nonsense came from, was that Trier is a Jewish name in Denmark and a very big Jewish family. And
you added the Von.
I added the Von maybe to get away from that, but that was to because I was, first of all, it was because it was forbidden for me to do it in the film school. They had some, and if something is forbidden, it's kind of attractive to me. But it was also von Stroheim and von Sternberg. They added it also because they came from Germany and they said, how do we do it in Hollywood? And we, of course, we put a Von in there, and then they were suddenly noblemen, which was complete nonsense. They were not at all. So I thought, I like crooks somehow. I like the idea of that. So I put that in. But I took it very seriously that I was from a Jewish family.
Because your father, you thought.
Yeah, I know that the thing is, it should come from the mother's side, which is a very clever idea, of course, as we know. But I still took it very seriously, and I went to the concentration camps anyway, blah blah blah, and I was very Jewish.
And did you celebrate Shabbat?
No, because my family was, as I found out later, not considered to be a fine Jewish family because they didn't go to the synagogue, and they were very much atheistic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And my father was very much against Israel also. That was he thought it was completely wrong. But he was very Jewish. Mm-hmm. But there are, of course, people, you can be anti-Zionists without being anti-Semitic, of course. It's a matter of political stuff. And no, but this was very important to me. And then my mother died, and on her deathbed she told me that my father was not my biological father, which is very common, I believe, and probably has happened in the royal houses and anywhere where the name is important. But anyway, it made and then I said this in a stupid way because I was kind of feeling good and relaxed.
You were in a good mood.
Yes, I was in a really good mood.
Cheerful because you knew they liked your movie. They'd applauded. The press actually applauded.
No, I didn't know that. I was told. Okay, that's good. But no, I just felt relaxed, and then I have this stupid, unprofessional thing that I need to entertain a little.
Well, we actually expect you to. It's
true. But this is the last one I'll do of these because I get carried away, and then I found out that I was not a Jew but a Nazi, which of course meant that I was on the other side of the fence. But that's not nice to say, and especially not to the Germans. That's ridiculous, stupid. But that's kind of the Danish way of being idiotic, and I regret that. But I don't think I was really anti-Semitic because that would be extremely stupid. All my 4 children have Jewish names, I've taken it very seriously.
And aren't your children friends with Suzanne Bier's children?
Oh, yes. But that's quite another story. That's kind of... I don't think that should be... I have problems with Suzanne Bier, and she has problems with me, and we went to school together, and we've always had these problems.
And then I guess where I was going is that it seems to have blown up a bit in Denmark itself.
this thing about Susanne Bier.
Community.
But
come on,
she's Danish. She's Danish. That's kind of yeah, okay. But she's that's nothing I would like to discuss why we have these differences, but
fair enough.
Maybe it has to do with that she is or some people think that she's very important to our company that I'm co-owner of.
Zentropa.
Yeah, Zentropa. And that I think it has given her some privileges that are ridiculous. Fuck that. To say it in a polite way.
But you said that to the son of your editor also, right? I mean, to Nicholas Winding Refn.
No, but that was kind of fun. No, Nicholas, I'm very fond of Nicholas. He's a nice guy.
He did well last night.
Yes, good. I like him very much. He's I'm sure what he said about me was what he meant, but I can't stop loving him. I worked with his father on almost all my films, and I am a very good friend of his mother's. And I don't know what he meant about that I had been harmful to his family. That was a little strange. But I will kiss him any day.
Glad to hear it.